Daily Bible reading, Ezekiel chapter 42. He took me out by way of the northern gate into the outer court, and he led me westward up to a complex of chambers that ran parallel to the northern ends of the vacant space and the structure. The width of its facade, its north side, the one from which it was entered, was 100 cubits, and its depth was 50 cubits. At right angles to the 20 cubits of the inner court and to the pavement of the outer court, the complex rose ledge by ledge in 3 tiers. There was an areaway 10 cubits wide and a road of 1 cubit running along the inner court side of the chamber complex, but its entrances were on its north side. Here its upper chambers were cut back, because ledges took away from them as construction proceeded backward from the bottom ones and then from the middle ones, for they were arranged in 3 tiers, and they had no columns like those of the chambers in the court. That is why the rise proceeded by stages, from the ground, from the bottom ones, and from the middle ones. In the outer court a wall 50 cubits long ran parallel to the chamber complex up to the chambers in the outer court, for the chambers in the outer court were themselves 50 cubits deep, thus completing 100 cubits alongside the edifice. Thus at the foot of that complex of chambers ran a passage, of a width set by the wall in the outer court, which one entered from the east in order to gain access to them from the outer court. There was another chamber complex to the east of the vacant space and the structure, likewise with a passage in front, just like the complex on the north side, with which this one agreed in width and depth and in the exact layout of its exits and entrances. Accordingly, the entrances to the chamber complex on the south side were approached from the east by the entrance at the head of the corresponding passage along the matching wall. And he said to me, "The northern chambers and the southern chambers by the vacant space are the consecrated chambers in which the priests who have access to the Lord shall eat the most holy offerings. There they shall deposit the most holy offerings, the meal offerings, the sin offerings, and the guilt offerings, for the place is consecrated. When the priests enter, they shall not proceed from the consecrated place to the outer court without first leaving here the vestments in which they minister, for the vestments are consecrated. Before proceeding to the area open to the people, they shall put on other garments." When he had finished the measurements of the inner temple area, he led me out by way of the gate, which faces east, and he measured off the entire area. He measured the east side with the measuring rod, 500 cubits, in rods by the measuring rod. He turned and measured the north side 500 cubits in rods by the measuring rod. He turned and measured the south side 500 cubits in rods by the measuring rod. Then he turned to the west side and measured it 500 cubits in rods by the measuring rod. Thus he measured it on the 4 sides. It had a wall completely surrounding it, 500 cubits long on each side, to separate the consecrated from the unconsecrated.